Hi, my name's Rory, and today I'm going to be doing some makeup. I am just hanging out. It's a Sunday. I have book club today, and I just wanted to sit down, chat, and do a little bit of makeup. I think I'm going to film a collection tour later, so I figured since I'm going to do some fun makeup anyways, why not film it? And yeah, so I just got a haircut yesterday and I've been feeling my hair, and I'm also feeling using this new Tarte palette that I got, which I've never had a palette from Tarte before, but she's really pretty. I did swatch the cream shadows down here, these cheek shades, but I was looking for something that would be kind of grungy-ish. And I don't know why this just screamed to me. It was closed when I saw it in the store, and then it just yelled my name, and I was like, I need this right now. I've been kind of looking for a new eyeshadow palette that's kind of grungy, but these darker shades, they look really pretty, and I'm just excited to try them out. So that's the plan. Otherwise, it'll just be a fun experiment what we end up doing. But I'm also in love with how small and weighty this is. So anyways, let's get started with the brows. But how's everybody been? Let's see, maybe I'll get a mirror instead of trying to do this in my camera. Yeah, how's everybody been? Summer is starting. I am booked and busy, as is normally the case. I feel like in Minnesota we get a couple really good months every year of weather, and everybody takes advantage of it. It's there's activities and social clubs and concerts and just everything's going on. And also I think work kind of calms down for me a little bit in the summer, which is nice. So it's a good mix. But this weekend has been really fun. It's been kind of a self-care or self fulfilling weekend, because like I said, I've been booked and busy, and not that I'm doing things that I don't enjoy, but I get to relax a little bit this weekend and do things I enjoy. Usually it's one or the other. So this weekend I was at emo night with some of my friends, and that was wonderful. It was the 20th show that they've done in our city. They've had it at a couple different venues, but this is the 20th show, period. So I feel like people were going out, they were going hard. Met some people from up north. It always surprises me how far people travel for concerts to come to the cities, but then I have to remember the whole reason why I ended up here is because I traveled for a concert. I traveled 4 hours for a concert. So anyways, just put some of the NYX microbrow pencil in Cool Ash Brown in my brows. I think we're gonna do, should we do the NYX brow glue or should we do the e.l.f.? I don't know if I need a lot more color, so let's do the e.l.f. one. This is just a white clear brow gel, and I like using it when I'm doing colored brows or things like that. Yeah, but so emo night was amazing. Other than that, I went and got my hair cut yesterday and did a little shopping at Ulta. And I think I'm gonna buy a new hair dryer at some point in the next couple months. So I'm kind of researching that right now. I want to watch some videos and stuff. But I'm strongly considering the Babyliss ones. So definitely, if you have any recommendations, let me know. That would be nice. Otherwise, if I'm 100% honest, I was just influenced by whatever my stylist used, because my hair dried so fast and was not frizzy. Like, you can see a little bit of frizz now because I tried to do like kind of what he did, which was like blowing the back part of my hair straight up. Not like this section. He kind of like did like 6 sections in the back. Like these bits he left like straight so it came down my ear, and then he like blow dried this up, which I tried to do, but my hair didn't like stay. And I also got this like hair wax, this new hair wax, and I loved how it turned out. I just don't know if my hair dryer is like strong enough to like actually blow dry my hair and set it before gravity starts to take hold. Like, I feel like you need to do that quick. So that's the idea there. Just put a little bit of the NYX Jumbo White pencil in my brow. And now I guess it's time for the eyes. It's been a little while since I've done like an eyeshadow heavy look. Over the weekend, or at emo night, I should say, I did this like glitter sparkly makeup. You can kind of see the star there. So I did like, I used the NYX glitter, and I just like drew out a heart with like glitter glue and then stuck, well, I stuck to the point, I stuck the points on first, and then I did the glitter. So I haven't done a lot of eyeshadow lately, but I think these are the vibes. Let's go in with Pearl, with like a big fluffy brush, just to make sure, because I feel like my eyelids are maybe still a little tacky from my moisturizer this morning. So I got up and oh my god, there's 2 ducks that just landed in there's hella road construction outside, and the road has been like in varying stages of road and like dirt recently, and there's just this giant like puddle essentially, and these ducks have taken up residence, so I keep on seeing them there, and they're adorable. They're a couple. I love them. So just putting Petal, which is Pearl, Petal, I was reading the wrong row of so this like white shade up here in all over the eye, and then let's get kind of like a fluffy brush. And what shade should we go in with? I really want to do like these couple shades, as I like dig my brush into it, these like 3 mattes. I want to do a look with them, so I'm thinking like, let's put Iris basically all over. Let's just start with that. This is my first time trying Tarte eyeshadows, so very excited about that. I was watching the Lipstick Lesbians on TikTok, and I don't remember who was talking about it, which one of them was talking about it, but about like grungy or like staple eyeshadow palettes, and they were like, Tarte has some really good like palettes that you can adapt for like grungy needs, and I'm like, okay. And I feel like I just really haven't given Tarte eyeshadow a chance before, but I'm excited to give it a go. And of course, I think this is a new palette because I have not seen it before, and they're fully stocked, so I'm excited because I feel like, you know, I grew up like seeing like the Tarte Lit palettes, like the In Bloom and like the Heat and all that stuff. So this is very, it's more subtle on camera, but I do feel like it's fairly subtle. It's like a nice like rosy kind of shade. Yeah, so like I feel like I grew up seeing those, and like I would be so impressed by like people who had a Tarte palette in their collection. Like if I saw something in real life. But I never like had the desire to do it myself. So we've kind of got iris worked in. I'm just gonna like blend this out a little bit more. Yeah, I have not been feeling eyeshadow lately. I've been doing more like eyeliner, like doing a lot of like the Urban Decay liners. I kind of like going with like one or two eyeliners instead of doing a full look. I think we're gonna switch to a more condensed brush and go in. Let's do this one. It's kind of like a fluffy, dense brush. It's the 203 from BK Beauty. My sister-in-law got me this brush set, and I love them. Feels so weird. I don't think I've ever called her my sister-in-law. Her and my brother have been married for coming up on 2 years, I think, and they live out in California, so I don't get to see them a whole lot, but we try and like keep up over text and stuff. Everybody sends stuff in the group chat, you know. I was just watching a video this morning from No Rolls Barred, and it was a communist Monopoly game, and it's like an hour and a half long, but I really want to send it to the family group chat and be like, this is so funny. So yeah, we're taking Desert Rose and just putting that kind of on the outer corner, but we're like dragging it in a little bit. Today we're doing this. This is like the morning activity. And then I need to lock in and read about 50 pages for book club because I have book club today and I procrastinated. Realistically, not gonna be a hard read. Some of the pages are like graphs and stuff, but we're reading a book called Mutual Aid by Dean Spade, which was written during the COVID-19 pandemic. It was published in 2020, and it's about ensuring mutual aid efforts can grow and blossom from one crisis to the next. And he talks a lot about like capitalist structures. So talking about the communist board game, but like he talks a lot about like capitalist structures and how like the framework of like charity and nonprofits don't really meet the needs of people. And he even touches on like influencer culture in charity and like mutual aid, and like where people will like film content related to bringing change to people in order to fund it. I think it's very interesting that he was able to touch on it, because I kind of had that like open question in the back of my brain. We're just gonna take Desert Rose underneath the eye with the same brush. I feel like I've talked about my book club on here before. If I haven't though, we meet like once a month-ish, if not like once every 6 weeks. We kind of have a flexible schedule. I'm just gonna take my blender brush and kind of go back in. I didn't put any additional shadow, but I just want to like go over it. We might add a little bit more of iris. But we read banned and challenged books. So basically, if a book's been banned somewhere, we want to read it. We want to know what people are, you know, trying to keep out of the public consciousness. We're just taking a little bit of iris, like very little amount, and dusting that over the blend. So here's how the eyes look. I feel like it's looking very red on camera, but in person it's more purple. So I know I said I wanted to use Grounded, but I'm almost thinking, like, do I have a purple I could just pop in here? We have this palette, this kind of like down here shade. We have some browns. I had the Milk Smoke Sessions too in my collection, and I got rid of it because it made my eyes swell up. No, I think that these purples are too purple. I'm like, I need like a muted purple. So I think we're just gonna go for a Grounded. We're gonna take this little like detail brush. It's from the Ulta Beauty collection. And we're gonna go into this Grounded shade over here. So far we've read like The Handmaid's Tale, we've read Sold by Patricia McCormick. What else have we read? Genderqueer, a memoir, which was really interesting. That was a graphic novel. So I feel like it's helping me branch out a lot, and I love discussing the books with, you know, my book club besties, and I feel like it's helping me, you know, like grow, and I'm starting to make friends and stuff, so it's good. Okay, I feel like we maybe smudged that a little bit more than was intended. Let's kind of make that. I am noticing that these shadows are like, they'll blend away, but to be fair, I'm not using any kind of eyeshadow base. I just wanted to see how they would do. And it's kind of crazy because this is looking very orange red in the camera, and it is very much berry in person. So I don't know if the camera is just having trouble with like the blue. But that's it for the mattes. Let's, ooh, what do we want to use for the shimmer? I'm thinking Cherry Blossom. I'm trying not to pick up, I know you can't really see what I'm doing here, but I'm trying to be very light when I'm picking up the shadow on my finger because I don't want it to be like a foiled, you know, like just packed on there. I want it to kind of be dusty. Does that make sense? Like I just want it to blend really softly. I put a little bit more up here. Cover that bald spot in the eyeshadow. Gorgina. Let's see if I angle it. Like, no, it's still reading very orange, but this is very pink on the eyes. I think let's do a eye pencil. Let's do a brown eye pencil. This is Whiskey by Urban Decay, and that's really cute. This is like a brand new pencil too. I feel like this is maybe a little bit more plasticky than my other ones. Looks fresh, looks new, looks unused. Okay, what else should we do to the eyes? I'm thinking maybe a little bit of like white, and then we could put like some glitter, like maybe we could do one of these moments, or no, I'm thinking this. Cool, let's put a little bit of white there. So we're gonna go back in with the NYX jumbo eye pencil and kind of just do a little inner corner highlight, and we'll blow this out. Don't worry. Do not be afraid of the white eyeliner. And I just kind of drew some points because It'll help us blend. And then we're gonna get our little blending brush, which, pro tip, get a brush that you only use for white pigments. Like if you use a white like stick a lot, get a brush that you just use for it, because there is nothing worse than putting down like a nice creamy layer of an eye pencil, like a white eye pencil, and realizing that you have like black eye pencil in it or something like that. Make sure you have one that's just white. So now we need to get a brush for our glitter. Let's see. This one, we're gonna take the chance. We're gonna take the chance right now. I used this brush to like mix some stuff, but it's like, it's dried. I don't think it'll lift. This is the Ulta Beauty Shadow in Nebula, and it is like a gel chrome. It's really pretty, very sparkly. Honestly, I'm just gonna, so I'll kind of show you the pot. It's very sparkly and it has a tiny bit of shift in real life, but I'm just gonna take it off. I'm just gonna tap off the back of the protective film. That is one thing about these eyeshadows. You will want to keep the protective film because they will dry out. So we're just gonna tap that in the inner corner. We're gonna keep it above the lower eyelid. So like we're not gonna go below the tear duct, if that makes sense. Just because I want to draw the attention upwards, not make my eyes super round, because I feel like we've got a good shape, but I do feel like this could start to get a little round. So we're actually gonna follow, it's hard to see in this light, but we're gonna follow like the natural crease up, but we're gonna do it like on the inside. So instead of doing it on like a flat surface of your eyelid, we're doing it kind of upwards on the nostril side. Awesome. Okay, I feel like this eye needs to be smoked out a little bit more, but we're good with the glitter. You can kind of start to see it. I wonder if we could do a tiny bit of black. I don't know. Let's try going back in with our grounded shade, and we're just gonna see how this eye we've kind of got like more of a shape going on. What we do on this side. We're just gonna pack. Alrighty, that looks better. There we go. I think when we went in with like the dusty rose again, or desert rose again, it kind of like overwhelmed the brown. So I'm really happy with the eyes. I've not done like a full eyeshadow look in a while, like a meat and potatoes eyeshadow look. So let's finish the face. Let's use the blush in here. Do we want to use the contour in here? I guess we can. Let's try. I'm not very good at cream contour, so. And I know it says contour. We're gonna take like a angled sculpting brush. This is from Ulta Beauty. I am not good yet at cream contour, and like I was gonna say, this one definitely reads more as a bronzer on me. We're kind of blending that upward. When I tried this out yesterday, I just kind of like put it on, like did a little pre-shower makeup. Um, I blended it way too low, and it really like muddied up on the cheek here. Which, to be fair, I just saw a video about how to blend cream contour. So I just went over it with like some powder. And I think that is one thing I'm gonna have to be very careful with this palette, is when you're doing like the cream shades, you're like doing a different motion with the brush, and you might get a little bit closer than you do with eyeshadow. So like, I feel like it would be really easy to like gouge out the eyeshadows while you're trying to do your thing. And then I'm gonna take this is Real Techniques 405. And then let's see, which shade should we do? I want to do the peach. I feel like these are very intense. The pink is very cute, but very intense. So don't know when I'm really gonna wear that one. But okay, that's Gorgina. I like to go like kind of up over the brow. Blush. We're just gonna tap whatever's left on the nose. And that is gorgeous. So now I'm gonna do a highlighter. And normally I would just be like rummaging through my like makeup bin, but I have it all like laid out because I'm gonna do my inventory soon. So we're taking the Kosas highlighter. I think the shade is Toy Alien. Maybe? Yes, Toy Alien. I knew it. I'm just kind of applying that with my finger on the high points, and then on the nose and the lips, the hair, the lips. Okay. And then mascara and a lip. I'm thinking. And maybe a fragrance too. I wouldn't mind, since I have them out here. So we did the mascara. Now we just gotta do the lip quick. And I'm actually gonna put down that palette. We're gonna stop holding it because I'm afraid. And I think for a lip, we're gonna go with MAC Night Moth. More of a ombre, and we're gonna go over it with the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Pump in Honeysuckle, which I feel like, I don't know if it's on purpose, but this feels like a black honey dupe. Anyways, that is the look. I'm really happy with it. I am in love with this palette. I think this is gonna be my go-to for a while now. So yeah, I will see you guys in my collection video, and that'll probably go up before this, but who knows. And if I don't talk to you soon, have a great June. Happy Pride Month. So talk to you later. Bye.